Welcome to GenreBot, the group writing machine.
We're really happy to be here.
We're all happy to be here.
This is the show where we take... This is the show where we take a genre, add 3 characters, and make a story. I'm Adam. Half man, half black man, all action.
Old shipper.
And I'm Vic, and I'm not going back to the Force, not after what they did to me.
In the year 1984, a creature was created from the genes of robots, communists, and radiation. This creature, we now know as GenreBot, or by his human alias, Andrew.
Nice. That kind of sounds like 80s action movie science.
Or 80s action movie sequel.
That does not, it sounds like an origin.
So today...
Great transition, Adam. Good job. I appreciate your work.
Today we're taking the second episode that we did, and we're doing a sequel to it. 20 episodes later.
Yes.
Like 20 years later.
Whoa.
So 80s action sequel.
So Adam, this was your movie.
It was my movie, and it's my rehash.
That's right. Yes.
Because I'm so greedy.
So I think you are the best person to recap for us what happened in Brothers in Arms. 3 men, 8 arms, no mercy.
Well, there was a war hero named Rodney McCamp. Yeah, he was our protagonist. It was him and his buddy, Bobby Big Guns Bada Bing. They were in a war, and they were firing and stuff. But then Viper they got injured, became one person. Viper got involved. Viper's a secret government organization. Then we had Hank Power, who was a renegade from Viper, who had a metal arm. And we realized that once we had a character with a metal arm and Rodney McCamp, who had 4 arms, that they're basically arm-themed. They had experiments that involved arm-related technology and arm science, and additionally, tiger science, genetic engineering, and they came up with a serum which was stolen and given to a cop, Max Renegade, who developed tiger powers.
Tiger Cop.
Yeah, so it was kind of a back and forth between Rodney and Hank. Trying to, you can't work for them anymore. You gotta go on the road. And there's a big showdown where we find out that Bobby Big Guns...
There was the duality. Hank Power was kind of a antagonist until we found out later he's just kind of they're on the same side, but they just don't know each other. And there's that whole thing.
Yeah.
Whole, super team up kind of thing going on. And then Tiger Cop did the same thing, brought them both in. This was kind of cool. It became almost like a super team. It was these 3 guys at the end.
Yep. Them facing an elf and taking down Viper.
That's right.
Not to confuse anyone, Hank Power is the one that was a renegade, and Max Renegade was the one with tiger powers.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah,
that's good clarification there.
We picked some pretty generic 80s action hero names.
We did.
Rodney McCamp's pretty good,
I think it's great. Yeah.
No, actually, it's pretty bad.
Oh, and I didn't get a chance to say this in the last episode.
Okay.
I've had to hold it in all this time. I didn't notice until after we finished recording that Adam's character has 4 arms, and his name is basically Machamp. Like the Pokemon.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. That's specifically in my introduction for him. I saved his name for last because I'm like, oh, they're gonna get it.
Well, no, because you pronounced it wrong.
You guys think?
You pronounced it
McCamp.
Machamp. It's Machamp.
Well, he pronounced it that way on purpose. It's so that it's not too on the nose.
Well, yeah, that's how.
And specifically, I said spelled like Macbeth.
No, you didn't.
No, he did. I remember. I listened to the episode just the other day.
Oh, well, then I wrote it wrong on
Victor,
here. Let me fix that.
In fact, Victor, I wrote it.
That's even worse. It's spelled the same.
Yeah.
I'm so
all you do is
stupid. I am so
There's
stupid.
Mr. Notes.
There's a capital
over here.
H, and that's it.
No, if you spell it without the A, it's harder to catch.
Mm.
Yeah, true. But yeah, no, he's a Pokemon-made character.
Wonderful.
And speaking of characters,
All right, yep. So following our season 3 premiere format, which we're trying something a little new where we're doing sequels, instead of having 3 characters, we each come up with an idea for some kind of hook for the sequel. Like, what's the second movie going to be all about? And
some kind of new concept that we're
Right.
adding.
All right.
so,
Uh,
Adam, you choose.
and okay, I pick Victor, but I have just one one little thing to add.
Okay.
Make it like a genie wish. Okay. last episode, Victor had this like paragraphs just kind of said this and that, and it became a whole like thing. Just give me a genie wish of what the concept that you want to add is. Yeah, like just like put it in a single like sentence or two. Or
That's
just,
not how you make a genie wish.
straightforward.
That's
What do
how
you want?
you get your wish turned on you. If you just you got to make it like a long, specific paragraph. The genie's immortal. He's got
That's
the time.
true.
Yeah. But you can't go to the genie and say, "Okay, I want 4 arms, but they have to be human
Why would you
arms,
wish for that
but
anyway?
they have to have."
That's a terrible wish.
All right.
I am never going to an Arabic bazaar with you, Adam.
I think what Adam's trying to say is pitch something, but don't pitch it for 10 minutes.
Give us an
Which I
elevator
didn't-
pitch is a normal way to say that.
I didn't think I really did
Yes.
that last time, but I guess I did. So here's
We'll see.
here's my idea. It's actually pretty basic. And it's
Okay.
because I thought about it, and these movies don't typically get a lot of sequels. But okay, we had Rodney Four Gun Salute with his buddy's arms, and then we had Hank Power with his awesome robot arm. I think both of them were actually just test subjects. And in this movie, they're going to have to encounter the true fruition of all of Viper's work that they finished just before the facility went up in flames. And that is Bobby, Big Guns, Bada Bing.
Victor.
With 2 robot arms that are like Hank Powers.
Yep.
Yep.
So he trumps both of them.
Victor. We did this
What?
last time.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, that was our
That was
climax.
the climax
Really?
of the last movie. Yes.
No, it wasn't. I just listened to the episode.
No, that actually...
They went to the facility and they encountered Bobby Big Guns, who had 2 metal arms. Where
Oh, really? Maybe
'cause
that's.
his 2 arms
You
were
know what?
removed.
That's where you got
Okay.
it. Okay. We need...
It's
okay.
It's tired Vic today. No, it's okay. I have more to it that I could add.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, actually, it's funny because
It's happened.
I
It's-
did just
it's
listen to it, but I think I was like also trying to like put my stuff together for work tomorrow, and I must have just not been listening.
You were thinking about it while you were listening to
Probably.
it. You're like, oh, that's a great
Yeah,
idea.
probably. Well, anyway, that's fine.
That's fine.
Well, okay. My other
That's-
thing I was gonna go with is I want to make this one of those like it ends with a happy ending, but then in the sequel you find out it wasn't so happy.
Mm.
Like in the sequel,
Okay.
it's gonna be one of those. I mean, because for all intents and purposes, they're kind of vigilantes, and I feel like it would be like kind of like RoboCop, where it started to be like, well, can we really treat him like a normal cop? Like, should there be rules? Should we have like control over him? So I feel like these 3 guys are going to be dealing with some kind of adversity like that, where nobody really knows how they should fit into the system.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
Yeah, so I thought that should be a thing where.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Yeah.
Dealing with how to fit in.
Yeah, and then as far as a conflict, as far as like an enemy, because there's got to be some kind of enemy.
Well, hang on there. I think that's a good concept to throw out here. Why don't we add what me and Andrew have, then start
yeah, all right, that's fine.
mixing them and matching them.
Crap, I can't believe
Okay.
I did that.
it's no problem. It sounds like a sequel.
Yeah, well, no, that was
the-
I just wanted that character, but I guess we already used him, so forget it.
I gotcha. Andrew, do you want to go next, or you want to hold off for 3rd place?
Yes, but I wanted to mention, separate from my concept, I already I already kind of pitched some ideas to happen in the next Tiger Cop movie. I don't know if we want to continue with that or pitch an entire new movie and have Tiger Cop sort of spin off into a different franchise.
Right.
When did you pitch a Tiger Cop movie?
It was kind of during the first episode. Or the second episode. You know, our previous episode, Andrew talked about how, all right, we're going to push off Tiger Cop's origins to the side in case we want to explore them in later movies. We'll get into that.
How about I kick off the plot once we get to plot?
Think Wolverine in X-Men and X2.
Yeah. Yeah, like exactly.
How
like
he kind of appears in the first one, and you know, the second one might explore his origins.
All right.
Okay. So, is that all you have?
No. I've got a little more. My actual concept, properly speaking, is Max Renegade can break any rule, right?
Yeah.
What if the antagonist confront Max Renegade with a rule he might not be able to break?
All right. That's simple enough.
I felt like that was kind of flexible.
Yeah.
Maybe.
What you're pitching is basically what Cop Car and his stop sign, except from our finale, and trying to kind of pushing that.
Okay,
in this
do you want me to
direction.
make up a specific rule he might not be able to break?
No.
Okay, good.
Not at all. Let's that's vague enough to work. All right, and I have a third concept for us to add. Okay. I had the idea that listening back to the previous episode, in Victor's description for Hank Power, he mentioned that the way he lost his arm was in a battle with the Nemesis. And that's all he mentioned of that. So, I would like that whoever, that Nemesis or whatever they combated, they lost his arm to be a threat in this movie.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. And that could be basically this spiritually the same thing that I was kind of getting at with my other idea that we already used. So, okay, so if we put the three together, we've got, wait, Andrew, I'm still a little confused. So Tiger Cop has to face some kind of rule he can't break.
There might be a rule that he might not be able to break.
Oh, as a cop.
Yeah, okay. It's a weakness.
Not just as a cop, as a Tiger Cop. Like maybe
okay, so we've got
dog criminal.
We've got that. We've got the whole well, and actually that goes with mine. The whole like not knowing where they fit into the system. And then we've got an old nemesis returning.
Yeah, I think that's the perfect recipe for a sequel. So let's get on to story time.
All right, allow me to take off, if you will, host.
Please.
Okay,
what have you got?
What we already know from what I pitched last time. This is a little.
Yes,
Rodney was the protagonist last time, but this time I want to have a little bit of focus on Tiger Cop. I kind of infected him with Wolverine disease. I'm sorry for that, but
yeah, no, I'm saying specifically. Yeah, think X-Men to X2. What happens to Wolverine?
Right.
I think it is the way to handle Hank Power in this, because we just said in the beginning, we just said, oh, he has tiger powers. Now we're saying like, oh,
Max
let's
Renegade
look into that.
Hank Power.
Where did he get these powers?
Okay. So
I'm sorry. Max Renegade, Tiger Power.
Okay, so the cold open is Tiger Cop's origin story. He does something in Vietnam to get his squad mates killed, and then somehow that incurs the wrath of Vietnamese gangsters who then beat him up, and then he's resurrected by a man claiming to be a kung fu wizard who gives him...
In an earlier draft, I think we eventually said that he just stole stuff. He was a scientist that stole things from Viper.
Yeah, but I want him to keep posing as a kung fu wizard, and so that Tiger Cop thinks he's this mystical chosen one, and then it actually turns out that he was just a guy who stole stuff from Viper, and then was executed by them. And then flash forward to present day, maybe with a cool scene transition. On a bus. They're on a bus.
Yep. All three of them? The guy with 4 arms and... Oh, can it be right after the last movie?
Yes, it can.
Actually, they should be watching a movie, because then Rodney has, popcorn and soda and candy.
Oh, yeah.
He's got one of each arm. And the other one... The other arm is still
These
gone.
are these are
He has one
appropriately
on him.
stupid ideas.
Well, it's funny because I've been sitting here the whole time trying to think of this nemesis, so I'll wait until I come around and see if I.
Hank Power, he's working on his arm, maybe adding new gadgets and gizmos to it.
Well, I picture his arm being kind of the way I described it was kind of like Mega Man, where his hand just kind of
it's like a cannon.
becomes like a hand cannon. But now I'm thinking of it more like the DC comic character Cyborg, where it's just like it can look like a normal hand and then suddenly just become an enormous cannon. But it's just a little bit more advanced looking, so it's not just like he has an enormous like Winter Soldier-esque silver metal arm.
I always thought of it as a little
right.
Terminator 2 T-1000D.
Maybe in its prototype form, but at this point, in this movie, I'd like it to be pretty cool, like advanced looking.
Can we still have the crappy stop
Yeah,
motion
you mentioned that.
effect like that we'd had in the first one?
Yeah, totally, absolutely.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Um,
Okay, cool. And Tiger Cop, he's looking out the window, maybe at stray cats walk in the alleys.
He's looking at, and then Hank is like, Max, are you looking at cats in heat? No, that would be weird.
I think that should be our intro. Is that they encounter this nemesis, and then that's going to bring up the whole like line that Tiger Cop can't cross principle. Maybe it's like.
Maybe it interferes with cat rules.
Yeah.
Like, maybe he pushes him down so he falls on his back.
Oh, yeah, and then, like, the power...
Instead of
And then, like, the
falling on his
power
feet.
kind of leaves him.
it like, seeps out of
or
him.
maybe jeez. I'm trying to
That's
think.
Spider-Man 2 style stuff.
Well, because I'm trying to think. Hank's origin was that he was a soldier that was injured, and then Viper took him, right? Or was he a soldier, or was he just some guy?
He was involved in heroic war veteran is what you have. No, that's me. Mysterious combat expert.
Yeah, I'm looking at the page.
Demolition
Okay, so I'm guessing
expert. Master of explosions.
Oh yeah, demolition.
I think we never said that he was a soldier. It's possible he was just an agent of Viper that they experimented on.
That's entirely possible.
So
Yeah, that
so his
could work.
nemesis could be
Okay,
anyone.
You know what? I thought of this.
I have a
just
type of
thought
idea.
this.
Oh,
What if...
okay. Let's hear yours,
what
and
if-
I got mine. Go ahead.
Hank never really saw this nemesis before, and there's some clues that maybe it's something kind of. It might have been Max. Whoa! And then it turns out like there's some sort of shadowy guy who can somehow counter Max's tiger powers.
I think our
And it's his
character's
evil twin.
A little too much
Okay.
interconnection there. What I was thinking was there was another organization that this nemesis was from, and they focus on leg technology.
I was gonna. I was thinking that, but it's too silly.
Is it too
It's
silly?
too silly.
It might be
Because
too
we have Tiger Cop and Forearms
You know,
over
It's
here.
I thought of it. It's too silly.
You know what? Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's...
Well,
That's too bad.
because here's what I was thinking.
Look,
I've
Adam,
named
here's
I was
the...
thinking of. Well, hold on. He lost his arm to this nemesis, so I'm thinking the nemesis has to have some kind of unique ability. Okay, so we've got a guy with 4 arms, we got a guy with a robot arm, we got a guy with tiger-like abilities. We need to think outside the box here. What's this guy's special power? Because whatever it is, it allowed him to pull this dude's arm off. I'm guessing.
He grows
or shoot it off, or cut it
knives out of his nose. Knife stash.
All right, Andrew, this isn't the spy episode. Okay.
I've got one.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
no, because that's a total spy movie trope, growing knives for a mustache.
His name.
Knife stash.
His name. Let me think of a name. I've got his like funny name. I need his real name.
Well, what's his funny name? We can work from there.
Hot Hands.
Oh,
He doesn't
fire for hands?
throw fire. He's not like a pyromancer, but like basically he came up
Okay.
to Hank and like latched his hands onto his arm and just straight up melted his arm off.
Oven mitt.
No, like I'm
His
thinking
name can
like,
actually
he's
be
just,
Mitt. We learned this in the 2012 election, right, guys? Mitt Romney, it's a name.
His powers have like different degrees, and he can do different things at those
like
different degrees.
he can hold a cup of coffee and like make it hotter or something.
Yeah, but he can also turn it up like a lot and crush the cup of coffee.
What
and
if it
throw
depends
it at someone.
on the thing he's touching? Like if he touches something like hot, like a fire, or even like a human body, it gets cold. And if he touches something cold, his hands get hot and melted. And if he touches something room temperature, nothing really happens.
I think that's getting too complicated. I'm thinking.
Yeah, I want us to go more and more into the X-Men family because we spent a long time in the X-Men world.
I was trying to think of something that's super powered but kind of dumb.
Oh, okay.
Like that's it. Like he can't. Like he can't shoot hand blasts. He can't really do anything except if he touches you, he can get his hands really, really hot, and that's how. And that's how he took Hank's arm. He just melted it off.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's really stupid. We can come up with something else if you want.
That fits the genre.
Let's see.
Oh, what if he has...
Well,
I like legs.
What if he has a mosquito face?
well, all right. Let's try to actually take some inspiration from like these kind of movies. Like, what's something that they would do?
I think mosquito face is pretty good.
Good idea, because... All right, he definitely should have a trench coat.
Okay.
That'll be the sound it makes.
Trench coat.
A trench coat that hides a beak.
Eye patch? Maybe 2 eye patches.
Oh, maybe he took Hank's arm, but Hank took like his eye or something. So he has like a big robot eye.
Ooh, yeah. Robot eye. I like robot eye.
But somehow he took his arm. That needs to be... Oh, I think I got it. This guy took his arm because this guy's thing is that he has this really badass motorcycle with all these like weapons and stuff on it.
Neat.
And so he was fighting him with guns, and he had this motorcycle with like all this like armor and swords and buzzsaws and stuff, and it was...
I'm thinking swords and spikes and saws.
it was too much for him, so he ended up like wheeling over at him and like just chopped his arm right off. But he managed to get a lucky shot in, and he got like got his eye or something, and so now he has this robot eye. But his thing is...
Can't the robot eye be just a spike?
like a stud, like a...
Yeah, just a stud coming out.
I don't know, Adam.
But it also works as an eye,
projecting knives out of a sensory organ seems kind of passé. You know, we spent a lot of time in the X-Men worlds.
Okay, eye's fine.
I like the idea.
Eyes fine, nose goes.
Nose goes.
Okay, no, you're right.
You had mosquito face.
Mosquito face.
Ago.
I'm on board.
Don't call me out.
I'm on board
spike.
for mosquito face. But he's a male, so it has to be he sucks fruit. Only female mosquitoes suck blood. Science fact.
Okay, so let's give this motorcycle guy the coolest name ever.
He just like takes a peach out of his pocket.
He needs an awesome name.
All right, cool words. Ricochet doesn't make sense because he doesn't bounce.
His name is like
a cool sword. Claymore.
Road Rash.
Yeah, that's a Road Rash. Nice.
Burnout.
Skid Mark.
Adam, that is the worst idea.
Although
that is a bad name.
Yeah, no, that's throwing out the bad stuff. There's no wrong answer
Black
for brainstorming.
Ice.
Black.
It sounds like something from the blaxploitation version of Frozen.
His thing is that he has this super advanced, like, killing people motorcycle, so we can call him just like,
Hog.
Did you just say Pog?
I said hog, like.
No.
Okay.
Monkey wrench.
Chopper.
Monkey
that?
wrench.
How's Chopper?
Bike saw.
I think I like this game. It's not. There's no wrong answers.
Bike blade.
Gridlock.
Gridlock. Did you say gridlock?
Gridlock's.
Gridlock?
Well, I don't know about that one.
Although, I will note that we are just... I'm sure there's a transformer with every single one of these names.
Guys, I got it.
Okay.
Mosquito face.
Okay, Ironhide.
We could just
shots.
instead of doing the bike theme, we could just go like the butcher route because that thing's gonna shred people.
Ghost.
So he could be like
we can just call him Butcher.
Well, the butcher's too on the nose. Oh, the bike butcher.
Nah, that doesn't sound cool enough.
That's even more on the nose.
You're right.
Motor sickle, but sickle spelled like with the
okay.
S.
That's the one.
Okay, we're gonna play a game called How Much Worse Can It Get Each Time?
I like motorcycle. That's good.
No, it's not.
All right, no. Listen, yes, that.
How about...
All right, I'm gonna play our game and put a minute limit less on this, so that we don't spend
60
any more time.
seconds. Hank Powers'
60
nemesis with
seconds.
his bike of death.
What's the opposite of Hank Power?
The
Henry Impotence.
Exo-bike-tioner. Motor-cutioner.
What?
That's
I like
that's pretty
motorcycle
cool.
better.
Wait, motor sounds like murder.
Oh. Third degree
serial
motor.
motor.
Premeditated motor. No, these are too long.
Murder, a homicide, something like that.
I got it.
What?
Yeah,
His
what's
name is Murdercycle.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got it.
Okay,
Wait,
so
is the
sweet.
motorcycle named the murder cycle, and he's the murder cyclist?
both. Same name to both of them.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
same thing. Well, because the bike is a part of him.
No.
Oh,
it's
wait.
like,
Oh
it's
my
like
God.
Thor.
Oh my
it's
God.
like Thor.
Wait,
if you
wait,
get
wait.
on top of the motorcycle, you become murder cycle.
Adam,
That too.
I'm gonna,
But what have you got?
I'm gonna make your dreams come true here. He actually, he doesn't sit on the bike. He has no legs, and he is attached to the bike.
Motorcycle centaur?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Murdercycle, and he is...
Which is
Yes.
even funnier that he has like swords and stuff. I imagine he has a lance with like
Yes.
spikes on it,
So
and fire too, like little. Just
it's
fire
gonna have
spouts.
to be a tripod cycle with 2 back wheels, so that he can actually, stop.
Yeah. Okay.
But
All right. So he attacks this bus, and
this is amazing.
with all them on it. And they of course leap into action. Hank pulls a second gun out of his popcorn buckets. No, not Hank. Rodney. God. Rodney pulls the gun out of the popcorn, in addition to his other gun, and he puts them together to make a third larger gun.
Yes. So, alright, so what we're saying is, to recap, we open up, everything's
Yes.
cool, and now Murdercycle shows up, and the 3 of them spring into action.
But the 3 of them are not enough to beat Murdercycle.
Yeah. Something...
Yeah, that, even with their power, even with their awesome, superhuman
Right.
powers, Murdercycle is unstoppable.
They've been hanging out for a couple weeks. They know what each other can do, and motorcycle's just too much.
They fastball special, Rodney, throws Tiger Cop at him. He, just, pounces on him.
Yeah, and he actually is able to, he disables Tiger Cop, basically. Flips him on his back, and Tiger Cop's powers get loose.
Yeah.
That's gonna be his whole thing. Is I don't even know who I am anymore.
Am I just human cop?
I'm just a
He
regular
becomes
cop
man
now.
cop.
Max Renegade Man Cop. Okay, yeah, great. So he disperses his power, or do we want to have Murdercycle actually siphon the power out of him?
No, I think he's just gonna be mostly a diesel punk thing. Nothing mystical about him.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe the tiger. The power is visualized as like blood, but it doesn't It's not like he is. Yeah,
It's a
it's like
tiger.
tigers. It's like orange with stripes somehow.
I imagine a pool of blood forms, and then the pool turns into a tiger.
Yeah, and it just runs away.
It looks like a tiger's shape. He's like, I've lost my power.
But it's like a weird ethereal.
And
It's
so he
like
has
a
to go on
weird
his own,
ethereal tiger.
Yeah, he has to go on his own vision quest to get his powers back. Meanwhile, all right, we need some other threat other than Murdercycle. Or what do they do? Who do they go to? Because now they're kind of all renegades in a way.
Well, after this fight, there's got to be some kind of repercussion with like the force that they're on. Well, actually, they weren't cops.
No.
Tiger Cop was the only cop.
No.
And even then, he wasn't really a cop. He
Yeah.
just has cop-like abilities, which he still has.
I thought we
these
decided that he was a cop, though.
He's a cop. He's like
The cops send him in like the Hulk, even though he's not
exactly.
a cop.
He's just legally allowed to exercise the things that cops do without actually being.
Oh, then that's
he has, like, a
a
clearance.
huge problem then, because they basically Commissioner Gordoned him, where it's the cops enabling vigilantism. So what's going to happen is,
Well, he works with.
um,
Look, Victor, he has cop-like abilities, and he has tiger-like abilities. This is his forte.
So wait, does the police department say, now that you no longer have tiger abilities, we're not interested
no,
in
because
you
he still
anymore?
has
Oh,
cop-like
man.
abilities.
I get it, but we got to go
what
somewhere.
Kung Fu wizard gave him those?
He just had them by being badass.
All right. So, plot-wise, these three get into a fight. Something goes terribly wrong. Maybe there's like a lot of collateral damage or something, and it's like, who's going to answer for this? So I think what we need to do is
We're just as bad as Viper.
what we have to do is right off the bat we have to get the world against them. So the cops are like, "You're done. We don't want to see you doing anything like this anymore. Let the cops do their job."
Even though you have cop powers, we don't want to see
Oh,
you
what if
anymore.
they strip him of his cop abilities also? So he's just
Yes.
man. Max Renegade.
He just becomes,
Man.
and then he just becomes like the most indistinguishable person ever. Wears like normal clothes, like talks normal.
Yeah, when they strip him of his powers, like his uniform just disappears. And in its place is just a suit.
Ooh.
Yes. So okay. So now we're in like Act 2, I guess, where it's like, okay, like what are they? Where are they, and what are they?
We
doing?
need a finisher up from Act 1, because Act 1's not just one big fight.
Well, Act 1 should end with them deciding that they need to find out who this guy was, and maybe Hank Power providing a little bit of exposition as to how he lost his arm, so that we know who we're dealing
Hank
with.
Hank says, like, all right, this is the guy that got us. We need to get him down, but the problem, like I said earlier, they weren't strong enough to defeat him. How did they get stronger to defeat him?
Well, is Viper completely gone?
In the rules of 80's action, yes in the first movie, no in the second movie.
You're right.
What if they've invaded the police, and that's why it's like, we don't want you doing your vigilante stuff?
Well, I like the idea of it being like, oh, so now you guys need superpowers to fight something, and no one's there to help you. Sounds like you need an organization that can give you superpowers in order to fight evil. Like Viper's basically going to be like, hey, come on back.
Wait, they should...
Yeah. Or like Viper has
They should have a
facility.
facade organization that's a different, more benevolent-sounding animal.
Snake. A different snake. Same pattern of
Python?
title.
It has
what's
to be
serpent without
something slightly sillier. Like,
Yeah, Python. Pythn.
Python?
Yeah?
Python.
Oh, no, Python.
I'm thinking,
or
I'm thinking more like Claw, like CLAU.
Well, no, it's got to be something less malevolent than a viper. Like something... Rabbit.
that's a little...
I got it. Grass. Or something like that. Something related to grass.
Orchid.
Because they're a snake.
I like that.
Because they're a snake in the grass.
I kind of like
Orchid's good.
Okay.
Let me come up with it. Hold on. I'll come up with something silly. You guys keep going.
I'm thinking orchid with a K.
Yeah, and a Y.
And a Y. There's always a Y.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the funniest thing.
That's it. That's it.
ORKYD.
That's it.
I want to use
Orchid.
the snake in the grass pun,
yeah.
even though orchid isn't really a grass.
Okay, so, but it's not snake in the grass. It's a grass in the snake.
No. The snake is in the grass. The viper is hiding in this organization. It's hiding behind the organization.
This organization is hiding
It's
inside
hiding
Viper.
behind the organization. Like, Viper's using Orchid as
Okay.
a facade, right?
Hank knows about Orchid. So he takes it to them, and Orchid says, well, you know how this works. It's like, we have to experiment on you.
Wait,
You
I'm sorry, I'm still coming up with what Orchid stands for. What's going on?
last time we said Viper doesn't stand for anything.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds lazy of me. Whatever.
Just because it's more fun if it doesn't stand for
You're
anything.
right. You're right.
Yeah. Orchid says, it's like, well, we can help you out, but only if we experiment on
Ordinary?
you.
Really?
Well, hang on. You know, we've got some bad experiences with, anachronistic secret organizations.
Not genetic experiments, but mechanical. And they build them like bodysuits and armor and stuff.
Wait. Rodney Four Gun Salute needs to get some kind of like Aliens, the thing that Ripley operates at the end, something like that. But it's for all four of his arms, so it's like these 4 giant claws.
Andrew, if Tiger Cop got a mecha suit, what would it look like?
A
and what would
tiger.
it feature?
It would feature tiger things. What do you want from me?
All right, and Hank Power, can I just... Let's see. Can we just put his metal arm in a metal glove, and then it turns into more weapons?
I'm thinking Hank Power's thing wouldn't be so much, I think in his, he would be more like, what am I even trying to say? I mean, he's already got the arm. That needs to be exposed. So I'm thinking what they would do is maybe do something to... Oh, maybe they would give him a cool motorcycle so that he could actually keep up with him.
That makes sense.
Oh,
But
yeah,
wait,
that is pretty cool.
Wait, why does Tiger Cop have a metal suit now? That makes no... Isn't he, like, on a Vision Quest? Isn't he out of the movie presently?
Oh,
yeah,
is he?
because we turned him into Max Renegade Man and put him on a Vision Quest.
Got it. Yes. Okay. So it's just Rodney and Hank. They've got a motorcycle now and a mecha suit, and they're ready to take on Murder Cycle. Meanwhile, Tiger Cop is out trying to find his Tiger
That could be the
powers
meeting
again.
with the goddess, sort of.
Yeah. How does Tiger Cop get his where does he go?
I think he needs to go to a Native American reservation or tribe or something, because that is the number one way to insert spiritualism into an 80s movie.
Okay.
Like for some reason in 80s movies, Native Americans are the gatekeepers of all supernatural knowledge.
I don't know about that.
Can he go to the reservation and meet his kung fu
Yes,
wizard?
and he's still alive somehow.
Somehow he's still alive.
Sensei, I'm back.
I've
lost my power.
I'm not a sensei. I'm just some guy who betrayed Viper and they tried to kill me, so I left.
And now I'm in hiding. Whatever you say, Sensei, I'll do your bidding. and meanwhile they start working on getting his powers back. Okay, so these guys with their mecha suits and stuff, they're going hunting Murder Cycle. And they're totally not going to win. How do they not win? Because we're only in the end of the second act.
Okay. They don't win because it turns out that Murder Cycle is actually upgraded because Viper is working on him.
Viper? You mean Orchid?
No, I'm saying like...
Are we
No.
Are we doing the bad sequel thing of just doing the first movie again?
No, I'm saying like he could be like okay, like they're gonna make a comeback and he's their chance.
Okay, so Viper, not
It
Orchid.
could be a second act reveal that like, oh, Viper's still out there and that's why this guy is so advanced or whatever.
Wait, isn't
Oh,
Orchid...
okay.
Wait, is Orchid
Viper's
like a good
working
guy
through him.
organization now?
We still don't know.
Oh, okay.
Although I like
Alright,
I
so
like
how
the
do they learn
idea.
about that?
I like the idea of this movie ending and us establishing once and for all that Viper is Cobra and Orchid is G.I. Joe.
Oh,
Actually, I was thinking that perhaps we could link Orchid to the Vietnamese gangsters that
Oh, that makes
showing
more
up.
sense.
How does that make more sense?
Well, because I thought Orchid was like a
Vietnamese-
nefarious organization. Like, why are they suddenly...
Oh, orchids are pretty.
That's lame.
Viper sounds dangerous.
This combat thing between Viper and Orchid is kind of the same as between the Vietnamese gangsters and Viper from the first movie.
That's not bad.
It's like they attacked him because he had tiger powers, trying to get them from him. Orchid is, I think that has some kind of Western world connotation.
Mayhaps.
Or, and if you want to just connect our universe, you could say that another branch of Orchid is the clan of the Crimson Kerchief.
Right.
Oh dear God.
We mentioned that in the spy episode.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. So the Vietnamese gangsters are in line with Orchid. That's how they first find out about them. They encounter people. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I see.
I get it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hold on, you cut out there for me. Did he cut out for you, Andrew?
Yeah, he did, but I was going to roll with it because I'm a professional.
I didn't say anything important. I was basically rambling.
Oh.
Okay, so let's put this together now. Motorcycle is working with Viper. He has a murderous motorcycle.
Right.
Perhaps. Ooh, I have an idea. They're when he's facing off with Rodney and Hank, they're like, he's like, you can't take both of us on at once, and then he like detaches from his motorcycle, and his motorcycle fights as like another sentient being.
But how does he... What's he gonna do?
Well,
I
that
don't
was
know.
a half-baked idea. Different one.
Wait, he has a rocket torso.
He has oh, I was gonna say Snake Tail, but
I like Snake
Rocket
Tail.
Torso.
We did
they're both cool.
we did rocket lower body.
You're right. Wait, we did?
Yeah, a rocket foot.
Oh, that's true.
Burning out his shoes out here alone.
Okay. All right, Snake Tail, but with a sword at the end.
Okay.
Yes.
That's good. Wait, it
Like a-
needs to be like a cyber sword. Like
Or he can
Parts
or
of
he
it
can have
need
a robotic
Buzzsaw?
he can have a robotic scorpion body.
Ooh, I like that
that
too.
is more mobile.
The tail comes
No,
off.
no,
of
no.
the-
It needs
of
to
the
be Snake
motorcycle and-
because Viper.
Oh, you're right. That would be it. That would be a thing.
But there still should be a stinger at the end.
Okay,
yeah.
that's fair. Because I did like Scorpion Body.
Maybe like a Hydra type snake. There's 3 ends of it. 2 have swords, and one has a sword, one has a buzzsaw, and one has a scorpion stinger.
Wait, a Hydra.
Very good.
I'm saying
Oh.
multiple heads,
Oh,
instead of
okay.
multiple tails. Or I can just give him a scorpion stinger. Yeah, that's just
How about
fine.
a
That's
Scorpion
fine too.
Stinger with like 2 little ineffective-looking blades coming out, like the Kurgan sword and the Highlander?
That'll work. Okay, but anyway, he's now part Viper. You see, Viper, even though their tiger power experiments have failed, they had other, snake experiments that came to fruition finally, and they poured them into their resource
Yeah.
motorcycle. And in this confrontation, when Hank and Rodney are taken down, Motorcycle reveals why he doesn't like them.
And why doesn't he
and
like
why
them?
And why he destroyed Hank's arm to begin
Why
with.
did he do it?
It's because Hank he master of exploded the house
Oh,
where
no.
his family was in.
Oh no! Wait,
Because if you recall, he's a master of explosions.
true.
Is as Victor
That is
put him
true.
the first time around.
Wait,
Demolition. He got involved with something, and Hank's got something
wait,
personal
I've
against
got a
him.
plan.
What's up?
Okay, so we're in the middle of like a confrontation with motorcycle, and
Yeah.
I think at this point, because this movie needs some Tiger Cop action, I think Tiger Cop comes back in.
Oh, he's
he's reinvigorated. He has his tiger powers back thanks to his sensei. Like, it looks like...
Although, there should be a condition.
Right. Although, he goes and he tries to fight Murder Cycle and come in like, the big hero and swoop in and save the day. And it's then that he realizes that Murder Cycle is his twin brother. No.
No,
That's the rule he can't break. Fratricide. He can't do that.
I am
make-
so not a fan of the twin siblings.
I know you hate it when people in movies are related to each other. But, like...
No, it's just, I mean, that's a soap opera twist. That's not an 80s action movie twist.
When did 80s action movies become not cheesy all of a sudden?
There are different kinds of cheesy.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, we got like, this action is so like over the top. It's
All
crazy cheesy. Not, this is poor writing by someone who has to write
That's over
something
the
every
top.
day.
All right, well, whatever. When you guys come up with a twist, let me know. I'll be sitting here waiting.
Well, okay. So what we're saying is that in the finale we find out. Hold on. Actually, end of Act 2 we find out that it's
End of Act 2 is
that
what
he's
we're at.
Viper. And then he's got this crazy
He's Viper incarnate,
He's got
basically.
this crazy other half thing going on.
Side note. What if he's the last remaining member of Viper? They experimented on him and he, destroyed what was left of them because it's not about them and he's got some good in him.
You know what
He's not he's anti-hero.
What I'm thinking is we need to bring Tiger Cop into this more. So I think that Act 3 needs to be, we find out that Tiger Cop's sensei also trained this guy, and instead of a Tiger Cop, he
trained him the way
he was a snake cop.
Okay.
So Tiger Cop's got to get his tiger abilities back so that he can take on Snake Guy.
Perhaps he only got like a fraction of his powers to begin with, and Sensei said, no, he did the Yoda thing and said, you have to finish your training. And he says, my friends need me. And a cat,
Bad
cat
pun. Because he's only got
Bad
some
cat
of his
pun.
powers.
I
Alright, so what's the one rule?
I'm sorry,
what's
I don't
the
have
one
anything.
rule he can't break then? Because we need to work that, and we're coming up on...
I thought we did that earlier when he flipped
He
it on his side.
can't
and
kill
dispersed
another
his
member
powers.
of his clan.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. But...
Tiger powers and snake... Tigers and snakes are two different apex predators. They cannot
it's the
interfere
law
with
of the
one
jungle. Oh, okay, I like this.
another. The law of the jungle. Where snake meets tiger, no two.
That makes
make
exactly little enough sense to work perfectly. What if he comes in while Murder Cycle is still Murder Cycle, and then when he comes out as the Snake Scorpion, he's like, it's another apex predator. I can't deal with this.
Or he tries to, but then that's when he discovers his own.
Or
rule.
Tiger Cop
Yeah, exactly,
can't get his tiger... Or maybe Tiger Cop can't get his tiger abilities back, but he gets the abilities of some other animal.
Nah, he's Tiger Cop.
Like a mongoose.
Nah. Well...
that is a good, in the third act, what if someone else goes to Sensei to get mongoose powers?
A new person.
A new person, or I was thinking either Rodney or Hank.
Maybe they both do.
I mean, there are other animals that eat snakes.
What are some?
Hawk Cop.
Okay, Hawk.
Does he make cups? This guy?
For some reason, the Native American magic the Native American animal magic also involves cops.
No, stop questioning it.
Also gives the powers out. I'm not questioning it. I'm just explaining it.
Yes.
Somehow, maybe it's because Sensei, before he became a kung fu wizard,
Look,
quote,
guys,
unquote,
the friendship between...
If nothing...
Okay.
Oh my god! Hang on.
What?
Police chief, Native American chief.
Oh, that's why.
Wait, what?
Police chief, Native American chief.
Native
The
American
word
chief.
chief is used both in Native American tribes and police
I connected the
forces.
dots.
Oh my god.
It happened. So that's why Native American powers also give you cop powers.
You solved it.
But then,
Alright.
What was I going to say? What if there's? I like the duality here because you've got arm-related people, and now we're building the fact that there are other animal-related people in this universe, which is a great duality because arms and animals have always been the opposite of each other. These two factions have been at war secretly for centuries.
I already have
so,
our title, but I'm not going to say it now.
Oh, you do?
Wait till we're ready.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so we're at the third act here, and we wrote ourselves in the corner. Let's finish that up. All right, if animal powers can't combat other animal powers, how can they defeat
apex predators? Like if there's like a gazelle cop, tiger cops all over that.
Okay, so what you're saying is that they have to become lower predator, not top of the food chain predators in order to face.
I think Tiger Cop's going to be ineffective during this movie. Maybe he can take out the motorcycle.
Yes, that's it. He fights the motorcycle while they fight.
And then he gets the motorcycle, and he makes it a tiger motorcycle.
Tiger bike.
Tiger bike.
Tiger bike. Yeah. All the swords become claws.
Yes.
All the it grows all the spikes become stripes.
It's like, remember your training, and then he just focuses.
The fire trail becomes a regular tail.
Yeah, and then he jumps. There's some kind of AI in the bike that prevents people from riding it, but he kind of
he overrides that.
He overrides that using the meditation that Sensei taught him. He thought this is dumb. I need to fight to fight, and then it's no, focus, control your energy spirits.
Okay, so
gives
now
them the power to turn motorcycles into tiger motorcycles.
What's the ending here for Orchid? Do they eventually, did they say, hey, cool mech suits, thanks for helping us, but we're going to turn the mech suit against you?
Oh, Orchid? No, like I said, I like the idea of this ending with Viper just perpetually being evil and Orchid actually being good.
Okay, yeah, they have some trust issues with Orchid.
Because them trying to work with the police and stuff,
it.
that's flimsy. They need someone to work with.
Yeah, working with Orchid, and Orchid's trying to figure out how they fit in. He's trying to say, we don't want to use these as super weapons, but that's kind of what you are.
I want to drop...
So they're going to be like S.H.I.E.L.D., basically.
Yeah, but if that's the case, I feel like the third movie of this is going to be Winter Soldier. I don't want Orchid to just perpetually be this good guy organization.
But Winter Soldier's a good movie.
Well, yeah, are you saying this isn't a good movie?
No, I'm saying, I'm confused as to what you're afraid of happening in the next movie.
No. I mean, I wanted to Winter Soldier. I want Viper to be inside Orchid.
Oh.
Secretly.
I don't know if I would hit all the same notes.
Not all the same notes.
Hydra. But, maybe in some way. Maybe.
Yeah. In some way, maybe.
Okay, so how... We got that half of the fight, but the other half of the final fight. Oh, let's give this a cool location while we're at it.
Well, when he goes to see his sensei, that could be in an awesome place.
Yeah, and they went to the sensei to get other animal powers, so maybe... we don't have a battle at the Native American Reserve.
Zoo?
On top of a mountain?
Is it cold?
Well, to have an awesome motorcycle fight, I feel like that's got to be on a highway or something, or
through the Grand Canyon.
Oh, jungle.
Yeah.
Jungle.
Yes. Oh man.
They have to go to the jungle, the source of all the jungle powers.
Exactly. That's why. Okay, we got it.
And that's where Viper's last facility is. And that's where they're going to meet Murder Cycle.
I've heard of Snake in the Grass, but this is ridiculous.
Oh yeah, plenty of pun material.
Because it's a viper in the jungle.
It's just dripping with it.
I tried to do that earlier. It didn't work.
All right.
Now it worked better.
Yes, so they face off with him. How do things conclude for Hank and his previous nemesis, Murder Cycle?
I think they become. I think they become friends.
No, I think at the end he has to cut off his arm. Hank's got to be like, an arm for an arm. Chop.
Yeah, and then he just blows him up. Because I just remembered 80's action.
It's got to end in
even sequels.
They're gonna burn the whole jungle down.
The bad guy dies. Yep. There's no redemption to
how,
no,
you're right.
Say, no,
how
you're
do
bad.
snakes?
You're
how
bad,
do snakes die?
Cut off the head.
There's a. Oh wait, what about the passage in the Bible? Like, your offspring will crush your offspring's head under their feet. They did it in Passion of the Christ, I think. What if he crushes his head?
Crushes his neck.
Head crush.
Snake. That's not interesting.
With his robot hands.
I feel like 80's. It's big, the 80's they're big on like poetic justice. So I think Hank needs to cut off his arm.
I think he needs to crush his head with the robot hands, like Murdercycle was the instrument of his own destruction.
Yeah. Okay. I got it. Hank cuts off his arm, says an arm for an arm, and then Rodney grabs his hand with the metal arm and grabs his head with the metal arm and just crushes it and says, and that's for being a jerk.
Oh, Rodney.
And that's for being the nemesis. I don't know. Just.
Now we have to get two little sidecars so that Tiger Cycle or Tiger Bike, whatever, can like drive the two of them off into the sunset.
Mm.
Yep. Yeah. No, there's no explanation for the sidecars. They're there at the finale, or
we just have them.
All right.
Nice.
Ooh. Anything else we're missing?
I think that's good enough for me. I think that's great. I mean, considering that these movies are usually too flimsy to build a narrative into a second movie.
Oh, should there be a weird sequel hook? Okay.
No.
Nah. What do you mean by that?
They could just pick it up.
I feel like there should be a sneaky sequel hook somewhere in there.
No.
This isn't like we're not the Marvel Cinematic
Oh,
universe
right,
of,
I got
like,
thrown off
end of
because
credits
that
stuff.
wasn't a thing in the 80's.
All right.
No. They just say, oh, next time movie we'll just pick it up again, like we did for this one.
So names. I have
5-minute limits.
two ideas. One that I really like, but I'm sad because I don't know if it sounds too repetitive. So my idea is Brothers in Arms 2, The Right to Bear Arms.
Kind of the same pun twice.
That's interesting.
It is a little bit too repetitive, but the other one,
yeah,
the other one I just like because I said it right at the onset of the episode. I like Armageddon.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about that. That's not bad.
Well, let's see if we can find a better one.
Brothers in Arms 2, Armageddon.
Well, let's see if we can think of a better one in the next couple of minutes.
Okay. Tiger powers, animals' arms. And they are very two complementary forces of nature.
This time it's personal.
Personal.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be the tagline. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's clarify that. That's the tagline, the kind of quote that goes on the poster. Not a subtitle. We need a subtitle.
Brothers in Arms.
Armageddon. I think that's fine.
I mean, maybe, but see, like that doesn't really. I mean, it's a good pun, but I don't think it goes at all with what's going on. Like nothing's really at stake except for their own personal stuff. Armageddon would be a good like trilogy ender.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna throw this out here. Brothers in Arms 2, more arms.
Oh, I got it.
All right.
Brothers in Arms 2, armed to the teeth.
Because of Tiger Cop.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Armed
what do you
to
think,
the
Andrew?
teeth.
Because that's like a real 80's phrase, Like if you've got like a lot of weapons, like the bike. It's armed to the teeth.
I think that works pretty well. Although, armed to the teeth. Unless we want to do something with a motorcycle.
That one's harder to do puns.
Cycle. Yeah. Yeah, no, motorcycle's pretty much done.
The murder cycle
I like
is the
Armed to the
best I
Teeth.
could do with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Andrew, are you good? You think Armed to the Teeth works?
I think Armed to the Teeth is pretty good. We're not going to get many other puns.
No.
No, I think we're at the bottom of our bag. We kind of used it all up. We used it up earlier when we were
Looks
coming
like
up
the
with the
cat's out of
motorcycle
the bag.
villain.
I think you said that in the last
Yeah.
one, too.
We're at the bottom of it. The cat's out.
Nice.
Looks like this milk has curdled.
Oh, God.
All
All
right.
right.
Brothers in Arms 2, Armed to the Teeth.
Nice.
Bam. I love it. And if you enjoyed this show and want to hear more from us, check out our website, tinyurl.com/genrebot. You can find us on iTunes, Spreaker, Stitcher. And tune in next time to hear more episodes. If you leave us a review on iTunes, we'll read on the show.
And let's do that.
All right.
What's the last one we read?
The last one. Well, it doesn't matter what the last one we read because this one is from the Dig podcast.
Oh, there we go.
That's the only one I care about. No, not really. So unique and clever. This is a really fun podcast. I wasn't sure what to expect, but I'm loving it. The guys really delve into each film genre and brainstorm their way into a fleshed-out story. The process is fascinating, and the listener gets to hear each story take shape. So good. Listen. I'd like to note that there were two exclamation points at the end of listen there.
Thank you very much.
That's
Two
awesome.
exclamation points at the end of listen there.
Next one.
That means it's extra good.
This next one says, extemporaneous storytelling. A+ on that word. It's by Synesthesia Theater. Another great word.
Vic is an English teacher. He has that power. He can give you an A+.
The review says, if you like stories and enjoy getting into the nitty-gritty of other people's creative processes, give Genrebot a listen. It's good stuff. Very awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys so
All
much.
right.
All right, so speaking of next episode, which I spoke of earlier, and I'm just talking about myself, Andrew,
Yes.
you're going to finish up the sequel trilogy.
Yes, I am.
All right, which movie in the past, in our past 2 seasons, do you think
All right.
deserves
I
a
bet
sequel?
I know what it is.
Well, we all know that we explicitly said that Harvester was the first of a trilogy, but we kind of explored that in the season 1 finale, so that I want for you Harvester fans that barely lost out to a genre that can really be enjoyed by children and men of all ages,
No.
spanning across time and space and flying in spaceships beyond your wildest, most crazy fever dreams. Because the episode I want to salvage the train wreck of is space opera.
Space opera.
Space Opera Part 2. This is awesome, because now we actually have to write a movie.
We did a lot of world building in that episode, but we didn't really focus too much on the plot, which is why
We did so much world building that when I wanted to do plots, we just kept saying, Now we get a world.
And it's like
It's mine.
and
It's
it's like
over.
our longest episode.
and it's my least favorite, which is why I chose it.
That's a good. All right, good. Then we're gonna redeem this one.
We are going to make it the Empire Strikes Back of space opera sequels.
Yes, we. Oh man, what a task! All right, I'm up for it. Let's do it.
It worked for Joss Whedon. It can work
All right.
for us. It didn't work for Joss Whedon.
So tune in next time to hear Space Opera sequel.
All right.
And until then, strap on your big guns and don't
Don't fall on your back and
Walk
lose your tiger
out.
powers.
Pachoo, pachoo.
Pachoo, 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 pachoo.
All right. See ya.